Hello everyone, it's Simmuz here and welcome to a brand new video in The Sims 4, and today we are doing another speed build, and this build you might have seen from the title and the thumbnail is gonna be a little bit of a special speed build, I guess. Something that is not really like your typical family house or your typical modern mansion. This is a house that I'm building for the hiphiprenee new challenge, I guess, that she's gonna maybe do in the future, which is called flipfliprenee, which is for her to flip and make a new house from an old disgusting home. So of course I had to build an old disgusting home for her to try out and renovate. So this is what I came up with. It's a nice cottagey, very like old looking house, like very country, very we live in the middle of nowhere house. I actually did build it in Brindle Bay, in one of those lots that are not connected to any road, and they're like in the middle of the forest, as you can see. I think it really suits like the aesthetic of this space right here, and I went with this like kind of cottagey mountain home kind of vibe. And actually it came out to have 3 bedrooms or 3 bedrooms, I think, and 4 bathrooms. So there's a lot of space in this house. It's actually super big, and I didn't realize how big I made it at first, and I realized slowly while I was building how big of an actual house this is. Like, there's actually a lot of space that your Sims can use. And of course, if you want to renovate this house, you can do that as well. It is up on the gallery. You can use the hashtag flipfliprenee. You should find this house pretty easily, or you can use the hashtag Simmuz like you're on YouTube, or my ID, which is Simmuz like you're on YouTube, but without spaces. And you should find this house on my gallery using those. And if you want to do it and try and download it and making it over, I think it's gonna be a fun idea. And you can totally do it. Actually, if you do it, please let me know so I can see you renovating this house, because I think it's a cool house. It just needs a lot of love because it's like messed up. I filled it with trash. And I also made like a pit next to it because there's a whole story to it that I made in my mind. I'm gonna talk about that in a second. But there is also a full pit of trash next to this house. So just so you know, it's a big project to work on, because there is a lot of stuff to clean up, and the house itself is pretty decently big. So there's a lot of stuff that you should do if you want to download it and try this yourself. But of course, you can also just wait for Renee to do it if she's gonna do it, and check her out. Of course, I'm gonna link her stuff in the description down below, even if she doesn't do this house, just because I just really like her stuff. So just go check her out down below in the description. And yeah, this is the house, this is the interior, you're seeing it right now. But let me talk a little bit about the story that I had in mind for this house. So when I built this house, my mind was thinking that this was built a long time ago by a family that owned the lot, the land, of course. And they built it. This is like a family home. As I said, there's like 3 big bedrooms. So there's space for a big family. And there's a lot of space even downstairs as well. And you can also transform the other part of the house in other bedrooms, but that's beside the point. So I was thinking that this family decided to create this house for themselves to live in, and they lived there for years. But of course, slowly they decided maybe some of the children moved away, the parents became old, and when the last person that owned the house decided they wanted to move away, they decided to sell this house to an agency. And the agency was obviously bought the house and the land, and it's the Landgraab agency. The Landgraab, obviously, their surname should like tell you what they do. They grab the land. So of course they have like, in my mind, of course they have like a real estate big agency with that they own a lot of properties, and they buy and flip properties, and they sell those properties, and they rent, and they do all the stuff. So of course this was bought by the Landgraab family, basically, and they tried to renovate it because it's a nice home. It's a nice home that you can definitely like. It needs some TLC, but if you renovate it, you should be able to like make a nice little home. And they decided to try that, but of course, partially because this house is basically in the middle of nowhere, so no one really wanted it, and secondly because all like the money that they spent to buy the house and the land and also trying to renovate it, it was a lot of money already put into it. They decided to leave the job halfway done. So there's like a lot of trash in the house because they were starting to trash the house and remove all the stuff that they didn't need, and there's so much like junk and stuff that they should have got rid of, and there's a lot of trash just lying around. But of course they didn't finish it. They also started to excavate for a pool next to the house, and the excavation is what's gonna be like that pit full of trash in a second. You're gonna see it before the end of the video, of course, and also in the screenshots, because of course, as always, they're gonna be the screenshots. So just so you know, this was like kind of what I was thinking while making this. So it's like a house that was once very nice lived in, and slowly through the years became a little bit old and needed some love and TLC, and the Landgraab family bought it and they wanted to renovate it to make it a nice modern home for a new family. And of course they didn't succeed and they left the project halfway done. And that's basically what I was thinking. Obviously it's my idea, my story. You can make your own stories about this house. I think like it suits like the vibe that this house has, because it's not a bad house. It's just super filled with trash and junk. But I think like if you get rid of most of the junk and you just put some more modern stuff, like if you put in some more modern appliances and stuff, I think it could look like a very, very nice house without even like moving like the layout. I think should be fine. Like, I don't know, I feel like it should be a fine house. And you can see I'm starting here with eco lifestyle. There's a lot of trash and other like junk and stuff that I decided to use all around the house. You can see lots of trash, lots of broken stuff, all that broken utensils and like trash. And yeah, there is gonna be a lot of that as well. The house is actually filled, so if you want to download this house and use it for a family, I suggest you take out the trash at least, just because, I mean, the house itself right now, if you take out the trash, it's 100% livable. There's all that you need. There's the couch, there's the TV, there's the dining table, there's the kitchen that you need to replace the appliances. The bathrooms are furnished, the bedrooms are furnished, so the house itself works. But with all the trash lying around, I don't think the Sims can reach any spot in the house basically. So if you want to download and use it, I suggest at least take out the trash and maybe slowly start to make money and renovate it if you want to do something like a little LP project. Otherwise, you can just straight up take everything out, remake it over and make a new home. And yeah, it's a big project because, as I said, this is a decently sized house, which is something that I didn't really plan to actually at the beginning. I really wanted to make like a little house, like maybe for a couple of Sims, like not this big. This house turned out to be a pretty big house, and I didn't really think it was gonna be a big house, but just because I don't think it looks like a big house. But apparently it does, and apparently it is. So this is the house. So you can see right now I'm also placing some of these water stains, I'm gonna call them, which are from Strangerville, and they are supposed to be like carpets. So don't forget to take out those. And also I'm also gonna place a lot of the vampire stuff on the walls, so there's gonna be like lots of cracks and scratches and stuff. Oh, right here I'm doing the pit that I was talking about, which was supposed to be the pool according to the Landgraab's project, but of course didn't come out well. And there's all those cones around because I feel like you need to close off the pit to make sure that no one falls in. So that was the idea, and it's gonna be filled with trash, as you see. Trash everywhere. Lots of trash, just because it's a half empty pool. So actually, in my mind, if you want to renovate this house, you would probably like either fill this in and do something different, or use it to your advantage. Well, I don't know what you could do with this. Like, I'm not sure, but I mean, a lot of people have different ideas. But what I would do would be to fill it in and place an actual pool, so that it feels like the project was finished, or just fill it in and do like a garden, a nice little garden area. And of course, the garden is dead, just because we wanted to give the spooky vibe as well, just because. And I think we are almost done with the house. We're gonna go into the screenshots in a second, just because I see that we're placing the last bits of trees and bushes and stuff like that. A nice mailbox, because of course, and the trash can, because of course as well. Some sitting area outside, and some more water stains on the patio, so that it feels a little like gross as well. And you can see right now I'm going, oh no, the different wall and placing this vampire stuff, a lot of different stuff in each room. So actually, I'm sorry if you want to remake this house, because there's so much stuff that you need to take out and make sure that it's been removed. I probably suggest that most of the walls, you should probably take them down, especially like the middle walls. Like the middle walls, you can work on that, but the little walls, like, take them down. Anyway, this is the house. These are the screenshots of the outside. I know it's a gross house, but I think it looks cute. Like, it's supposed to be a gross house, and it is gross. Like, it's like ugly, but I think like overall, like the shape, the idea of it, I think it's cute, and it could really work well. Honestly, let me know in the comments down below if you think this house could work nicely. And obviously, go spam hiphiprenee. No, don't do that. But go tell hiphiprenee that there's a house for her under the hashtag flipfliprenee. And of course, she knows because she posted that on Twitter. But you know, I'm just saying. Anyway, this is the house. I hope you guys like the interior. I really had so much fun making this. It was a little project, nothing crazy, just because it's not really like you have to plan much, except for the layout. But then like the actual interior, you can just mess it up. So it was like a really big, difficult project. I think I did this in like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. But this is fun, this is nice. I hope you guys like it. Please check out all the links in the description for hiphiprenee as well. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, put on notifications so that you know when the next video is coming out. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for the support. Go follow hiphiprenee, go follow all the links in the description as well if you want to check me out as well on other social medias. Leave a like to the video because it helped me out. It helps me out a lot. I cannot speak. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so sorry, and bye bye.